What's up, y'all? Will here at Schedulefly. This is a special episode. It's not a customer. This is with Josh Ritzer. And Josh is in Boulder, Colorado, and started a company called Nigh, N-I-G-H. It is a phenomenal technology company that I am super excited about. I believe this company could help make a huge dent in the world of local small business, give them a tool that will make them, well, as he says, level the playing field. I think that creative businesses, particularly hospitality businesses, but any local business that's really creative with the way they use this tool and the types of events that they create will benefit significantly. So we'll just dive right in, and I'll let Josh explain Nigh. This was a great conversation. I'm super, super thrilled that he took the time to be on our podcast. I can't wait to follow Nigh, and I know that when you listen to this episode, you will too, and you'll be looking for it to come to your town. So before we get to the episode, a quick word from our sponsor, Pop Menu. Pop Menu is a partner of Schedulefly and a sponsor of this podcast, and we're thrilled to have them. It's a great company. We have a lot of happy mutual customers. Pop Menu is all about making your day easier and your sales bigger. They will simplify your marketing operations, bring in more guests, and capture customer data for personalized remarketing to keep them coming back. With one super simple to use platform that integrates with most point of sales like Toast and Square and a number of others, Pop Menu starts with a beautifully designed, easy to update interactive menu that transforms the guest experience online. It includes a brand new website that's optimized for search engines like Google at no additional cost, automated digital marketing, online ordering and waitlisting, and you'll never miss another call with their AI answering solution that costs as little as 47 cents an hour. And there's just so much more in there. There's a link in the show notes. My 2 cents is this: the customers that we have that are mutual customers that I've talked to about Pop Menu have universally said, great company, great product, great customer service, and great results. So check them out, and check out this episode with Josh Ritzer, Nigh, Boulder, Colorado. More episodes coming soon. See ya.
Well,
Josh from Nigh. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm really good. Thanks for taking the time to do this today, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, look, man, we're recording. So just do me a favor and quickly introduce yourself, and then we'll just kind of dive right in.
Sure. My name is Josh Ritzer. I'm the founder of Nigh Technologies, here, a small startup in Boulder on a mission to revolutionize local commerce to lift up local businesses.
Love it, man. Love it. Well, we got connected through Dana Query, and I've been fortunate to get to know Dave and Dana really well over the years and have, just so much respect for them. And they seem to really have their finger on the pulse of what's going on with hospitality. And so I knew when she recommended you and what you're doing, there's something there. So tell me, just give us the sort of 2 or 3 minute summary of what Nigh is all about.
Yeah, I think it starts with our mission. Our mission is to build next generation technology that pushes more economic value down to the local level. I think in the last 30 years, we've had tremendous innovation, but that's only helped people at the top. And we really are focused on now being more intentional about building technology in a way that actually pushes more economic value down to the local level to strengthen our local communities and our democracy. So that's our why. What Nigh is right now is it's essentially looks like TikTok for local, where everything you see in the feed is from a local business that's near you that wants customers soon. And we have a patent pending algorithm called the Nigh Zone, where you only see things you can get to on time. So we call these local drops. Are you familiar how Nike does shoe drops? They're exclusive opportunities, very limited in terms of the amount of product, but also very special opportunities. Right now, we're bringing that to local businesses. We're giving them a new marketing platform to connect with people nearby in a more exclusive and more authentic, fun way.
Love it, man. Love it. So, okay. So let's go through an example. Then we'll use one of, which one, like, does the Post use it? Is that one of the ones from Big Red
Yeah,
F?
the Post has used it. All of the Big Red F restaurants in Boulder have done drops. So I can give you some good examples. So Waffle Lab is one of my favorites. They're a business up on the hill. And when we started, we were in alpha last year and we were just building out the platform. And we had gone by their restaurant on several occasions and they had just opened last summer. And up on the hill at CU Boulder, the hill's pretty dead in the summertime because all the students are gone. And so a lot of the businesses really struggle for those 2 months. And so we were starting on the hill and we went into their restaurant several times and they had nobody in there. And we're like, hey, we're a new platform. We're just getting going, but we're all about helping local businesses get more customers last minute. And he said no many times. And then finally in the fall, he sees my team on the sidewalk and he's like, okay, guys, I see you guys up here all the time. My slowest times are between 3 and 5 on Thursdays. I have nobody in my restaurant at that time. If you guys could bring me 4 to 6 customers, I'd be super happy. So the first drop we did with him, he was a little camera shy. So one of my team members was the person talking in the video and he was next to him and a little nervous. And the first drop we did with him in October, we brought him 71 people in those 2 hours. And he was,
okay, hold
wow,
on. 71. And he
71.
asked for 4 to 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so what you did is because he was a little shy, one of your team members held a phone, or one of y'all held a phone. This is video based. So you're saying, hey, everybody, we have this offer and it starts at this time and it ends at this time.
Correct.
And only the people that have the Nigh app on their phone that are within some
Radius
or some radius of that point are going to get that alert.
Correct.
Okay.
Not the alert, but they're only going to be able to see it in their feed on Nigh and be able to get a ticket. So everything is an event. It's essentially a pop-up event at a local business.
Okay.
And so essentially for that window of time, so the pop-up event was you had to arrive between 3 and 5 on Thursday for that opportunity. So 71 people got a ticket on Nigh and arrived and redeemed their ticket at that time. So the opportunity went live a few hours before that on Nigh, and it goes out to a wider range, and then it shrinks as time gets closer to the start time, because you don't want to sell a ticket to somebody that can't get there on time. So it's all about it's all about helping local businesses reach people close by within driving distance based on a time when the local businesses wants customers to arrive.
I got you.
And so with Brad, we did that first drop, and the very next thing he said is, can you guys do another drop tomorrow? and then what happened is so we moved into the App Store earlier this year. And then we just finished building the Pro app. And that's really the key to scaling and solving local, because that allows local businesses to do their own drops as a self-service tool. So it's literally point, shoot, record a video, and then create a drop event and go live. And it's seen by everybody that's near you. And then our algorithm looks at time and distance, and eventually we'll look at things like preferences of people and prioritize everybody's feed based on what they would be interested in and where they're located. And so now here we are in the, several months later, and now Brad's this mini superstar on our platform. He loves doing drops, and he's in the drop videos, and he's like, hey guys, it's Brad at Waffle Lab. Come on down. I got this great opportunity. And so it's really interesting to see somebody evolve on our platform from being super shy and not really interested to now he loves doing drops, and every one of his drops are selling out. And so I was in his restaurant last week, and he goes, Josh, this is amazing. So many of these college kids are coming into my restaurant and they know my name. They're like, hey, Brad, what's up? And he goes, it's all because of the Nigh app. He goes, without the Nigh app, they would have never known my name. And so we're really focused on bringing that authenticity back to local and that connection that you only get from video or in person, relationships. And so that was really a key thing that we saw, is with this platform being video and being that it's very targeted to people nearby, right? I think that's the biggest difference with Nigh is we're a local marketing platform and our algorithm is 100% local. And what that means is everything that is seen, everybody that sees things, it's within driving distance. And that's an important thing, I think, for a lot of local businesses, because a lot of local businesses are telling us they're not getting a good ROI and a good return on investment on the global platforms, the Instagrams, the TikToks, the Googles, because they're spending a lot of money, but a lot of their content is being seen by people that are not within driving distance and can get to their restaurant when they want more customers soon.
Man, well, this touches on so many things. I think that one of the conversations I had recently, actually with Audrey, the CEO there at Big Red F, is about, I feel like, Instagram was great for a while with, showing pictures of your food or whatever, but, people just scroll through that. Now you've got to, I feel like every restaurant, or in this, every small business, really, with the tools we have now at our disposal, you need to be a media company. Like, you need to create media, and there's no gatekeeper now. There are all kinds of tools, and you need to, like Brad has done, brand not just, the food and the business, but the people in the business, because people are attracted to all of that. And those students coming in, recognizing Brad, is a testament to that. People are attracted to engaging personalities, and every restaurant has lots of engaging personalities. That's, what a lot of hospitality is all about, is having a good, particularly the front of the house, it's having a personality that's warm and welcoming and engaging and exciting and full of energy and passion for what, that business is doing. So I freaking love what you're doing. This is incredible. This is exactly what, I think all small business in general, I know that's your focus, but just having served hospitality for 16 years, I think that this is a huge win for hospitality businesses, restaurants that, to your point, big chains and big, well-funded organizations are able to do so much at scale. They buy food with economies of scale, and everything they get is less expensive, and they have more resources, and it's becoming increasingly hard for independent businesses to compete with that.
Well, and that's why we have to change the playing field, right? Is that
That's right.
We have to bring, the way we're going to bring local back is through authentic marketing and build a platform that's all about authenticity and storytelling, because the big chains can't win on that platform.
That's exactly right.
Right. A lot of people ask me, because this is a question I probably get asked more than anything. So are you going to let Starbucks, Chipotle, McDonald's on this platform? And the answer is absolutely yes, because a rising tide lifts all boats. We need everybody on the next generation of technology to transform the whole industry. However, they'll never get a discount, or it's a level playing field. And I think that's where we've screwed up in America, is that we give McDonald's huge breaks on the credit card fees because of their volume. So they're automatically, the money's not going down to the local level, it's going up to Wall Street. We have to build systems in a way that pushes more economic value down, and build systems that level the playing field. And so it doesn't matter if you have one location or 20, it's a level playing field, and it's by location, right? And that's where I think mom and pops will win, because the authenticity of local is storytelling. It is understanding the front of house people and having a connection with those people and feeling good about having a relationship and feeling like you're supporting your community, right? That's what we have to bring back.
it will be interesting to see. I feel like if you take a Starbucks or somebody, they have to get this stuff approved. It's a lot harder. One of the advantages that local businesses have is just being nimble and agile and fast and being able to do things on a dime. And hey, let's record a Nigh video. I wish your business all the success. I hope that it's filled with success from businesses that are, owned and operated locally for that reason. And I think it will be. I think it's going to be hard for big chains to have, like, how do you do this at scale across, hundreds or thousands of locations? Your video is not as compelling if it's done by somebody in a corporate office 1,000 miles away, versus the owner of the waffle place right there.
And actually, that's a violation of our platform. So we're actually, there is no ads, there is no commercials. Everything is authentic marketing. So every location actually has to market in the video. It's the people, the food, the ambiance of that location. So even if you had 5 restaurants, you can't shoot a video that is used by all 5 restaurants. It's actually each restaurant has to authentically market that ambiance and that what you're getting if you're a customer going into that location.
How do you monitor that?
What's that?
How do you monitor that?
We'll have community guidelines, and if they violate them, they'll be disciplined. There will be one thing I can tell you about our platform is there's going to be a lot more accountability. I think a big part of where we've screwed up with these systems is where a lot of the global platforms are focused on quantity and not quality. Yeah. And that's what you get when you're an ad-driven business model, is you care more about the clicks than the quality of your product and your platform. We don't need to do that. We're not an ad-driven platform. We're a local commerce platform. And so we're very focused on quality, and we're very focused on making sure that both customers and businesses have a great experience. And we're going to hold people accountable if they do something that is against our rules or values.
Okay. How long have y'all been doing this?
Well, this has been a dream of mine for a long time because I grew up in a small business family. I came up with the idea 10 years ago, but I didn't still build a team until after COVID. Seeing COVID and how it just crushed all of our small businesses, it just broke my heart, and the stock market's going this way and Main Street's going this way. So I started working on this right after COVID, and then I built the team a year later. So we've been going at it for about 2 years. We actually just went into the App Store a few months ago. So it's a very big platform. Like, we have TikTok video marketing on top of Uber on-demand technology, on top of Eventbrite ticket management, and a lot of social features that are more like Facebook. So it's a very big platform, and it's taken us a little while to build, but now we're close to the point where we're ready to start growing and scaling. It's working. It's really cool to see. We have about 20 businesses on the Pro app in our pilot right now. And literally those businesses can get customers within minutes through the Pro app. There was just the other day, there was 2 businesses up on the hill that actually both did a drop, 10 spots each, sold out within minutes. And we literally brought those 2 small restaurants 10 customers each during their slowest times.
What do you mean when you say the Pro app?
So the Pro app is basically the tool. It's a different app that the businesses use to shoot the video, to create the drop events, and then when customers arrive, they check them in. So it's the commercial side, the business side of our platform. So the Nigh app is the customer side. The Nigh Pro is essentially the business tool that all the businesses use.
So businesses pay a monthly subscription? Is that how it works?
No, it's free. We basically, it's free to use, and we just basically get a ticketing fee for every customer we bring them.
Oh, because it's an event you're selling. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all right.
Yeah, so we're basically just the model right now is
well, that works really well for them because you have to produce.
Yeah.
The only way you guys make any money is if it works and you produce for them.
Correct. Yeah, we only get paid if we bring them a customer.
Okay.
There will be, we are working on advanced capabilities that will be more in a subscription model. But that's on an option basis, that if your business wants to use those advanced capabilities to maximize your opportunity, you can opt into subscriptions.
Okay, how many people are on your team, Josh?
We have 12 full-time and 8 CU part-time students.
What do the students do? They
They do a lot of the marketing and help with drop coordination. So they do a lot of brand awareness, marketing, social media, things that I'm not a big social guy. So it's nice to have the young people focused on that element of our business.
Are they interns or are they?
Yeah, 8 interns. Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. And then so a lot of your team is your full-time is just developers.
Product management, development, and then we have a few people that are oversee business development and kind of drop management.
So you got funding, I would imagine, for this.
What's that?
You have funding for this business?
No, I'm self-funding it right now.
Self-funding?
Yeah, we are in the process of talking to investors. We'll be raising a first round of external funding this summer.
Okay, gotcha. You already got somebody you're working with on that?
There's a lot of investors that have shown interest. We're a very mission-driven company, and I think a lot about like looking for the right investors. I think using the word angel investors is a very true term, because we need people to understand the way that we need to solve local is to solve it where we actually create a platform that makes local businesses more profitable. An old friend of mine, she used to be an executive at Google, and then she went and became the CEO of Stripe. She said something to me when I was getting advice from her many years ago. She said, Josh, local commerce is the holy grail that nobody in Silicon Valley has figured out how to solve. And then she looks at me, she goes, good luck. Well, that was a long time ago, and I've been working on this on my own for quite a while. But here's what I'll tell you. It's never been a technology issue. It's actually a business model issue, or it's a math issue. Silicon Valley has failed to build technology in a way that makes local businesses more profitable using the technology than not using the technology. If you look at the delivery apps, if you look at what Groupon did, they literally just took a lot of money from local businesses. We have to actually build this in a way that pushes more economic value down, that helps local businesses be more profitable using our technology. That just means our company is going to take a little more risk early on while we build this platform and the market out. And so to me, you need the right investors that understand that it's not a 5-year hockey stick. Maybe it's a 7 to 10-year hockey stick. To get to where we need to be a sustainable, profitable, long-term, business. And so there's a lot of, we've solved it. It's working, but it's working in a small petri dish. And now it's about, getting to that next stage where we're starting to scale it. I think picking the right partners is a critical component of that.
Man, I'm really glad to hear you say that. I completely agree. I think you're super wise. Be careful with that. You definitely are going to need the right people that have the right frame of mind, the understanding of why you're doing the why is so important, and the time frame is so important. So not easy to do either, Josh. I mean, as you go through that process, because there's people that want to believe that they feel that way, but then 2 or 3 years later are like, hey man, are we looking at the exit? So as few investors as possible is probably a good thing if you can get the right money.
Well, there's different ways to solve it too. Like we're actually looking at possibly doing a crowdsourcing round.
Good.
Part of our mission is to bring more people with us on this journey, to lift more people up. And I think a big part of that is to give an opportunity to the average person to invest in the next startup, to the next startup that's going to change the world in a massive way, and give them an opportunity that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have. Right. So we look at that. I don't know, we're very early in that journey, but it's just kind of part of our mission is to give more people an opportunity on this platform. And that, I think that includes from the investment perspective.
Yeah, your users may have interest in that. Substack's doing that right now. Are you familiar with them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going through that process, which is, I mean, they've raised a ton of money doing that from their end users. Okay, let's talk about the people that use Nigh, that find these deals. So you went to Waffle Lab and you're like, hey, we could probably bring you some more people during these hours. How do you get people to use the app in the first place?
Well, we're only in Boulder right now during the pilot. So a lot of it has just been word of mouth. We started doing a little guerrilla marketing early on just to get, because we started with zero. So a little guerrilla marketing up on the hill. And now it's been really word of mouth. And just the businesses now have the ability to post about their drops on Instagram and as well. So that's been bringing, getting word of mouth. Our existing users and the existing businesses are now sharing. And so most of our growth has been organic through that. We are getting a pretty good amount of people hitting us in other cities. And it's kind of neat, like businesses. I don't know how some of these businesses are hearing about us in these different states, but we're getting people coming to our website. We're getting a lot of people asking us to come to their city, and that's pretty neat to see. But right now we're focused on building out the platform still, and we're in the Boulder area. A lot of our users, we started up on the hill by CU, and you probably don't know much about the hill, but it's been decimated. It's a really rough area. It's gone downhill. The hill's gone downhill. So we're trying to help, like, can we be a spark? Can this new technology help revitalize an area, a district that has been hit really hard? So we're focusing a lot of our attention there. And in 3 weeks, they lose 80+% of their traffic for 2 months. And so we're really looking at, can Nigh help them reach the audience beyond the college demographic and bring in more people during those couple months to really revitalize and show that they can reach people in the community that are very close, that really have avoided the hill just because of the challenges that the hill has been going through.
Okay, so the hill is okay. So you're going to lose all these students. Okay. How do you determine, is it through demand, or how do you figure out what markets you're going to hit next? And is it primarily college towns, or do you have a thoughts on that?
It's still early.
Yeah.
I do think that it will likely center around 18 to 26-year-olds as a starting point. And the primary driver, and the reason for that is they're the early adopters of technology and change. Yeah. Right? They want change. They want to be part of something that has a positive impact. And people my age, your age, we don't share as much. We don't tend to be change agents as we get older. Yeah. So if you really want to look at transforming local, you have to start with who are the early adopters, who are the change agents. And then once you get those, then organically through the community, it will continue to grow. But you said something before I want to clarify is we're not a deal app. I think deal apps are a race to the bottom. They don't help local businesses be more profitable. And that's our mission, is to build technology to push economic value down so local businesses can be more profitable. But if you're a business and you need last minute customers, then demand is elastic. You might have to be more competitive with your pricing. That's just a sign. The word deal is just a sign of an inefficient market, right? When we look at other markets, like the stock market, you don't say that stock price is a deal. It's just the price at this point in time based on demand. We need to get to a point where we're so efficient and local that we're not using coupons. Price should be based on market. Price should be based on demand. And if demand is high you shouldn't be having coupons or shouldn't be having discounted customers come in. So we're actually seeing a lot of our drops are going for full price. And the reason is because they're interesting, they're exclusive opportunities. Businesses, a lot of restaurants are getting creative on our platform where they're doing things like off-menu opportunities and introducing new food items and new things for limited amount of spots, and they're selling at full price.
Supply and demand kicks in.
Supply and demand.
Yeah,
right.
gotcha. Okay.
And so we're really just focused on building technology that increases the user experience and elevates the local businesses on our platform so they can charge more and be more profitable on our platform.
Okay, gotcha. Makes a ton of sense. So you, well, good that you're doing this a really wise way, my friend. I'm glad that you have the resources to do this, at least so far on your own, and to be patient with it. A lot of startups just want to get out of the gate and just plow ahead so fast, and then, errors ensue. And so you seem to have a really good mindset for what you're doing, and a good amount of patience, which can be challenging. I know when we're starting something new that we want to see take off. So I commend that.
Yeah, it's I think patience is the key. I don't want to scale like a lot of the other platforms where you're just buying the market. You're giving you're giving users huge amounts of promotional credits, $30 to $50, like the delivery apps and Uber and everyone, because at the end of the day, that comes out of the local businesses' pockets.
Yes.
Right. So we're really focused on building the technology, and it's going to take us a little longer to build the technology to be a self-service tool where we can get more organic growth at lower cost so we can pass the savings on to the local businesses.
Gotcha. Okay. What else, man? What else should we talk about? What have I missed? I think this is fascinating. I love it. I'm tracking. It's a great opportunity. I can't wait to see you grow to some new markets. I hope that we have an opportunity through Schedulefly to connect you with some places that I know would love what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's super fun. It's super early. I think that, well, I'll share with you, like we've done drops. We've done, I think, 350 drops on our pilot so far at over 100 businesses in the Boulder area. And it's really cool to see some of these drops have been activity-based drops, like things to do. Like we've done yoga, kickboxing, rock climbing. We've also done, about 75% have been restaurants, but we've also done a lot of retail as well as some services. We're actually next week, we're doing a tattoo drop, and that should be pretty neat to see. So it's not just restaurants, but because of the frequency and the demand of restaurants, most of our drops are restaurant related. We've done a lot of cool things where we've also brought in sponsors. So a lot of the restaurants, we've done these pop-up events, and they've been sponsored by like beer companies. Upslope has sponsored, Curation Beverage Company, Suerte Tequila, where they sponsor the event. And then it works for the restaurant because the unit economics, and they get a better promotional value out of with the alcohol company. So it's a win-win where like Suerte Tequila told us that our median age right now is about 22 on our platform, and he said that most of their customers are older than 20s. They're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and he really wanted to get to the younger 20s some demographic. Well, our platform's been able to do that for him. He's reaching people that are between the ages of 21 and 26 through our platform. So it's been really cool to see that it not only is working for the restaurants, but it's also working for a lot of the product companies that partner with the restaurants as well.
Love that, man. I feel like if you've got the ability, particularly with restaurants, to be creative with what you're offering, you've got somebody with an engaging personality that, you know, can make these videos pop. I mean, the thing I guess you run into is like, if you have a lot of people on your pro app and they're all in the same area, then now everybody's, once again, it's, you know, it's they're competing against each other to try to get people's attention. It's an attention economy. So this will drive people to be more creative with what they're doing, more creative with how they present the offer. I mean, that's a good problem. Like you said, rising tide lifts all boats, make everybody better. I would love to see that. I'd love to see the lots of restaurants in the small area that are, you know, trying to get people's attention, of course, and they all have different times too. But this will help people be better, I think, at what they really need to be, which is their own little media business that is, you know, when you're local, you can be creative and flexible, and you can get people's attention if you have the right tools. This is a tool that's been missing, and man, I'm super excited about what you're doing, Josh.
You know, it's funny too, Will. What I can tell you is not everybody wants to be in front of the camera, right? A lot of local businesses, part of the resistance for them is they're really good at what they do. They want to serve their customers. They're really good at cooking, or, you know, they're super passionate about their business. But marketing, and especially video marketing, is overwhelming for them. What we're actually working on is allowing them to actually partner with local influencers too. So we've done some drops where influencers have been the talking head representing the business. And so we're building into our platform an affiliate marketing piece to it to allow them to then partner with local influencers to help them with the marketing. And so, we've done a handful of those where you have, not big influencers, but small community-driven influencers that, you know, they can be a food person in the community, or it's a fitness person in the community, and they're partnering with that local business, and we can track all of the traffic that they bring in, and then the business can compensate them based on the results. So it's something that I think really helps a lot of the local businesses that sometimes feel overwhelmed with marketing, and especially video marketing. That's an option for them, right? But what we're seeing is we do see the best videos and the best drops are just the owners or the managers or the front of house people just doing point and shoot, 15, 20 seconds. Hey guys, here's who I am. Come on down. We'd love to serve you. There's nothing more authentic than that, right? That's what local is all about. It's about serving your community. It's about connecting with the people in your community. The number one thing that users and businesses on our platform say the reason they love Nigh is it's bringing back local community, especially after COVID, where we lost a lot of that.
I think that people during COVID finally realized what they may have taken for granted before, which is that they really love and count on and rely on good local businesses, especially hospitality businesses. There were so many people, and we, you know, our whole customer base was shut down, and then, you know, as they started being able to try to find ways to, whether it was delivery, whatever they were doing, people started doing everything they could to support local restaurants because they didn't want to see them go away. And they recognized, wow, this is a guy or a gal, this is his or her business, this is their whole livelihood, and, you know, it could be gone, and we want to support them. You touch on something I think is so important, which is the story. People, I mean, we communicate important lessons through stories. We've done that as long as we could talk, and stories are what move us. They are what sticks. A lot of times people are really good at creating a great environment for people to come in, and they're great at providing excellent food and hospitality, but people don't know what their story is. And maybe a lot of times it's because they're humble or shy or whatever. They don't, you know, but people love good stories, and they love supporting good stories, and they love understanding what's like, what is this place all about, and why are we here, and what's the story behind this place? So I agree with you. I think the influencer thing is awesome. I mean, I just spoke to a restaurant that opened 2 months ago in Nashville. I had them on the podcast the other day, and they've just been gangbusters. And I said, what's caused that? And they said, well, one of the things was we had this soft opening and we invited some local influencers, and the one that's got the most following here, did a video, and then other influencers started coming, and it just kind of snowballed. And so that's really, really helpful to get people in. But what really resonates with people, which is what you said, Josh, and I completely agree, is authenticity. Like, the connection between you, the owner of that business, or the general manager of that location, that business, and the audience you serve, and you being vulnerable and sharing what your story and what's happening is, man, it really, really resonates with people, and it sticks, and it makes them feel connected, and then they want to be a part of that story. Which I think is really,
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story about that. A couple of years ago, when I started, I just built the team about 2 years ago. We didn't have a product yet. We started getting going. We built the prototype, and the first prototype, it didn't actually have video. And the reason is because I'm an engineer, and I know how hard video is to scale high definition video. Like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, they make it look easy, but they have thousands of engineers. We have a few engineers. And so really the first version that we built was felt a little more like Groupon, with a time element to it. But then my young team members were like, no, we should really go to video. We think video is better. And so I said, okay, fine, let's do a test. And so we went around to all these restaurants and we shot a video. And then we brought a user group back to our office, and it was primarily college students, and they loved the videos. And the number one video that they voted on was the Point Cafe up on the hill. It's this little cafe, and it's owned by a church. And it was the pastor of that church talking about how all of the proceeds from that cafe go to their mission work. And here you had all these college kids that said, wow, I walk by that cafe all the time, and now I'm going to go in there because I want to support them and their mission. And that was the moment where I'm like, okay, I guess we're rebuilding this and going to video. And it literally set us back months of engineering, because we had to re-architect our whole platform to be a video first platform. But it was, wow, it was probably the best choice we ever made. It's so cool to see the videos and the authenticity. It's amazing. I mean, I can give you a quick look at it. It's to see all of these businesses.
Hey guys,
Let's see.
What's up, Boulder? This is Tyler with the Dumpling Deli. Today we have an excellent Nigh exclusive for you. We're going to be doing our Tennessee hot chicken, only available through the Nigh app. Grab yourself a ticket, come down and check us out. It's going to be delicious. It will be spicy. And if you don't like spicy, we do have our Cubano dumpling. Come.
Oh man. Okay. So that nailed it. It's only through the Nigh app. So there's exclusive. This is brilliant, man. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I'll show you this part, which is like, this is our algorithm, right? So only people inside that radius can get a ticket, and it shrinks over time, right? Because if you're a yoga class and you want people in the next 45 minutes, we only allow people who are within driving distance to get a ticket. And that radius shrinks as the time gets closer to the start time. To make sure that somebody that can't get there on time, we don't want them to take one of those limited spots.
Absolutely. And on the other side of that is, it shrinks, but you may get somebody that's 8 minutes away and is like, you know what, I'm in. I'm going to go.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. We're literally, we've gotten people to show up within 2 minutes of our notifications.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, dude, this is super exciting. I love what y'all are doing. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge believer. I love the way you communicate it. I love the why, and just the way you're going about this. Even what you just said, pushing back 3 months because you knew you had, you're doing it right, and you want this to be done the right way, to be most effective, to help the businesses be successful. So I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to come on here and share this story, man. What can I do for you? How can we help you, if there is any way?
Well, I'll be honest, Will, when we're ready, when we're at product market fit and we're ready to grow and get across the nation and give this to every business we can possibly do it, we're gonna need a lot of help. We're not gonna be doing it the way that other Silicon Valley platforms have done it in the past, because again, they just bought the market. They just gave users so many credits that people downloaded their apps, right? I won't do that because that comes at the local business's expense. We really have to look at this differently, and it's really going to require everybody supporting this and saying, no, we want to use Nigh because it's all about pushing more economic value down. It's all about helping local businesses. And so we're going to be heavily reliant on word of mouth and organic growth, because we can't give users, we can't buy the market. And so definitely I will take you up on it when we're ready. We're still here in the incubator, in the early stage in Boulder. And then, in the next, several months, we're going to be expanding beyond, just in our backyard here in the Denver metro. And then after that, we should be ready to go nationwide. And at that point, it's going to be, wherever people want us. It's going to be whatever community embraces Nigh and our mission and what we're trying to do. We're going to go there first, because we have to go to the people who see it the way we're doing it and want to be part of that. And so we don't have to spend crazy amounts on promotional credits and essentially doing it the way platforms have done it in the past.
Awesome, man. Love it. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for supporting local businesses and providing them a great tool. And I can't wait to watch this be successful and help any way we can at the right time.
Yeah, well, thank you. I really appreciate you having me on. It's been really fun.
All right, my man. Well, I get out to Boulder a few times a year. I don't know when I'll be back out there again, but next time I'm coming, I'm going to get in touch and make sure you're going to be around. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to come and, participate in a event.
Yeah, you gotta come to a drop. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, my friend. Have a good one, Josh.
All right, thanks, Will. Take care, man.
See you.